Well, welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and this is one of my favorite shows to do each year, and it's one of the ones that our audience and fans enjoy, and it's our Oxford 250 pre-race show, where we bring the stars of next week's race into the studio, into a special setting, and we talk about the Oxford 250, what it takes to win it, as we've got former winners here, what they hope to use as a short track advantage on their weekly Saturday night program, and all of that. And we want to welcome the four panelists today, or the four guests that are going to try to win this race next week, starting with a guy that experienced it last year, driver of the number 27 E-Keys for Car, owned by Bruce Bernhardt, the defending champion of the 250, Wayne Hallowell Jr. Next to Wayne, the kid that started out the season hotter than anybody, and it really hasn't stopped up here, won the first two races in Maine on the Pro All-Star Series, has continued that into a points battle at Beech Ridge, and that's the driver of the 59, the Team EJP Racing, number 59 from Beech Ridge, Reed Lampher. Then next to Reed, a guy that won this race a few years ago, and that's Joey Pohl, driving the Pohl's Automotive number 97, and looking to do what others have tried. Won it at the ACT style, now he wants to win it on the Super Late Model style. And then the current point leader from Oxford Plains Speedway, and a guy that's been kind of on the outside looking in, but now he's back there and he's running with a vengeance, and one of those guys that people are starting to talk about now as being a potential 250 winner, and that's Alan Tata. So we want to welcome them all to the show and thank them for being here. And we're going to start off with Wayne. Let's say last year Travis Benjamin doesn't take the outside groove the last 10 or 15 laps, runs the inside groove. Are you sitting here today as the defending champion in your mind?
If I had to answer it honestly, probably not. At the time, the car needed the bottom of the speedway, so I think he might have been able to scamper out to a lead, and we would have probably got back to his bumper. But at that point, I probably would have settled in for second and collected a great payday and moved on to this year. But yeah, I don't think it would have been.
Now, Reed, back in the end of April, beginning of May, there was nobody any hotter. Won the race at Oxford, won the race at Beech Ridge. That's continued on. But how much confidence did that build into your team as you roll into Oxford and try to upstage what you did 2 years ago and win the 250?
A lot. I mean, we've always had success on at Beech Ridge weekly and stuff like that, but we've kind of struggled putting together some continuous success on the long pass races. So this the beginning of this year really showed that we could do that, and hopefully we'll be a contender next week. So,
now, Joey, 2012, you rolled into Oxford really under the radar. And I remember us talking at the end of the night is how the few years before that, you rolled in as a pre-race favorite. How much easier is it to come in kind of just that guy that's doing your thing, not having a lot of people stopping to talk to you, and as a favorite versus being that guy that's under the radar and then just shows up fast at the end of the day?
I definitely kind of like going under the radar and just not having a lot of attention. It's great to have that attention because you're doing something right if you have that attention. But it was cool. That was a cool year. It was a while ago, but yeah, it was. No one was really talking about us or anything, but we had a good car, and just it was just one of those days where everything went our way. They don't come often, so we took full advantage of it.
No, absolutely. Now, Alan, you've been out of it a couple years. Being a front-running contender. This race notoriously has that long green flag stretch. Now, if you have the opportunity, because last year 21 cars were running at the end on the lead lap. If you have the opportunity early in the race, do you set a blistering pace and try to get as many cars down a lap as you can? Or do you stay with the normal, let's conserve equipment? Because you don't have to worry about your tires because you get to change them.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on track position at that time. If you're leading the race, yeah, you get out there and do what you got to do, put as many cars down a lap, and collect as much lap money as you can. You really can't tell how these races play out towards the end. So my theory is if I was up front, I'd be trying to get to the front and do what I can to put those cars down a lap. And you can make your own payday leading the race. And like Wayne said, if you finish second, you go out there and run a bunch of laps leading, you're still going to have a great payday. And if it works out at the end, it works out at the end. But that's my strategy. Racing weekly out there, we've tried a lot of things that have worked, and we know some things that haven't worked. And tire management is a key to be at the end, but being able to come in and put 4 tires on is definitely going to help towards the end, obviously.
We're going to take a break. We come back. We'll hear some more questions for him and what it's going to take to win this race.
Hi, I'm Andy Austin with exciting news about a new division of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway designed to bring new people to weekly racing. Here's series founder Dan Wolf.
Thanks, Andy. Our goal was to create cheap, easy-to-build race cars. Bone stock production cars with a simple 4-point roll cage and proper safety equipment.
We've named them the 21st Century Motors Street Devils. Our 2017 rulebook and schedule are available at beechridge.com and at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
The future of auto racing has always been street car divisions because of the low cost.
Some folks are building cars and sharing the driving duties. There's even an all-star car to allow celebrities to try out the Street Devil and a 2-seat driver's ed car so you can take a few laps.
Get information about our mentor program, low-cost safety equipment, roll cage kits, and videos on how to build one at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
So, form a team, build a car, and come join us this summer as we kick off the 21st Century Motors Street Devil division at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We're starting our end of season sale now. This is our biggest selection ever. Fifth wheels with savings up to $30,000. Big selection of toy haulers starting at only $19,999. 2018 SUV towable triple expandables starting at $19,699. Motorhomes, truck campers, and more. Financing available. Trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Winterport Dragway is celebrating 50 years of drag racing in 2017. We have our bracket racing on Sunday with 6 classes in action. The top divisions will make 4-second passes at over 150 miles an hour. Check out the Super Pros, the Pros, the Street, Bikes, Sleds, Junior Dragsters, and Team divisions as they compete for championship points. Winterport Dragway has numerous special events throughout 2017. For more information on what's happening at Winterport Dragway, check them out on Facebook or go to winterportdragway.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Mainely Motorsports, brought to you by
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
LKQ Core, any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
All right, Wayne, we made mention in the first segment that the last 10 laps, if Travis chooses a different route, take us through the last 10 laps in your head. What you're thinking, how you're trying to make it happen, and how you made it happen.
If I go back, it seems like a lifetime ago now. It's only been not even a year yet. But those last 10 laps, we had been running side by side for, I think, about 30 of those laps. And I started to think that this is going to end in a photo finish deal like just Joey and I had done just a week or two before that. So I started searching and moving my line around. And I think it was with 9 to go, I found something getting into 1 and just started really, hitting my marks. And, sometimes you got to talk to yourself in the car. We probably all don't want to admit it, but cut it out, stupid. Pay attention, hit your marks. And I started to do that, and we started creeping and inching and inching and inching. And then I think we were like 3 or 4 to go. Travis had hit a little bit of speedy dry on the backstretch from one of the previous cautions because we started just getting up to speedway during the run. And that's ultimately what made the pass for us and on to the win.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, Reed, unlike the others, well, except Alan, but he'll have the weekend off from his regular, you're in a tight point battle at Beech Ridge. So you race Saturday night. How does wanting to be in this 250 and win this 250 affect how you race the Saturday night field at Beech Ridge the night before?
We're going to try not to let it affect it too much. I mean, the plan right now is to run the primary car both nights if everything goes as planned, and we'll I don't know, just kind of, it's such a tight point battle with Curtis. We can't really go easy the night before by any means. And it seems like that's when you get yourself in trouble anyways. So it's just we're going to run it like a normal race Saturday and then hope all goes well and hope for a good day on Sunday. So.
Now, Joey, leading up to this race, obviously all the races you run are 100, 150, 200 lap races. But does the race car get extra attention leading up to this race than any other race that you'll race this year?
Yeah, you know, it definitely does. It's the biggest race of the year, so you got to go through everything, make sure you can't have, you know, silly things breaking. You know, it would be terrible to be leading the race and have something that could have been prevented break on you. So yeah, you go over everything, make sure everything's right, and it's the biggest one of the year, so you got to make sure it's right.
Well, let's think about over the last 2 years, how many times that's happened to you leading a race, huh?
Yeah, it's more than I want to think about, for sure. We've been close to a lot of wins and have things go wrong, but a lot of times it's out of your control. So if you sit there and think about it, it's not really gonna affect anything. So you just got to move on and put it out of your mind.
Yeah, but it would obviously be very, very heartbreaking for this race to slip through your fingers.
Yeah, if something like that were to happen in this race, that would stick with me for a few days, I'm sure.
Now, Alan, we talked earlier about you kind of been on the outside looking in, ran a couple of races with your own, but now you're back, you're winning races, you're running up front. How rewarding is that for you, the driver, you know, to be back on the stage?
Yeah, it's real rewarding. Didn't really know what to expect. New car this year, new team, and just to come out of the gate with decent finishes and having a lot of top threes this year. And that win, and it's a real confidence booster, especially Oxford's the home track, and you know it's the home of the 250. So we get a chance all year to try things, you know, for the short run. But it's a confidence booster being the point leader going into this event, and you know the team sees it and feels it. So hopefully the momentum just keeps going.
Now you just mentioned racing weekly. Do you think that gives you any advantage, even though you only race 50 laps a week, to having a better understanding of the track and what to do come 250?
Yes and no. Being on a tire rule, 2 tires a week, is you know, a different situation. There's a lot less grip, obviously, when we're on that tire rule. So when you put 4 tires on, the car does react a lot different. So far as finding where on the racetrack that you can get an advantage, yeah, that does help, and adjustments needed. But I feel that we're behind a little bit, not racing previous races that the past has been there to put 4 tires on the car, but I think we'll be all right.
Now, Joey, talk about your team, your sponsors that have obviously making this whole deal possible and what you do on a weekly basis possible.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone on my team is I feel like I'm sure all these guys feel like they have the best team because, you know, everyone dedicates so much time, but I couldn't be more proud of my guys and the work that they put in each week in and week out. And of course, all our sponsors, Poles Automotive, obviously the big one, Hedman Hustler Headers, Rocco's Sports Bar and Grill, Sparco. Just, I mean, everyone knows racing's not a cheap sport, so it's cool to have a big race like the Oxford 250 to put them on a big stage like this in front of all kinds of people there watching and live TV. It's going to be a big deal, so it's cool to get them some extra promotion.
No, absolutely. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to ask Reed Lamper about 2 years ago when he finished runner-up, but a lot of people don't know that was just a start of what was a crazy week in this young man's life. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin.
We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley's Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And Reed Lamfer, we had to refresh his memory, but he finished runner-up to Glenn Lewis 2 years ago in the 250. But it started the crazy week of his first day of senior in high school was the next day, and then he went into the championship battle at Beech Ridge, which he won the following Saturday. So my question to Reed is, did you really get to enjoy that runner-up finish with everything else that was going on in your life at that time?
It certainly made it that much better. I mean, it was definitely felt like I was on cloud 9 there for quite the stretch. The championship was a really big deal, but man, that second place of the 250 really stuck with me for a while. That was, I mean, seemed pretty well talked about, and it just, for us that was our first really impressive performance at a race of this size. So that meant a lot to us, and meant a lot to the crew, because it'd been a couple of years. They'd been at it, putting a lot of time and effort in, and deserving something like that. So it felt good for me to get the crew what they deserved, the sponsors what they deserved, and obviously selfishly, I mean, just felt really good to get second there and then win the championship. Felt pretty lucky.
No mention about the first day of high school, right? That was just, yeah, racing's a lot funner. Now, Wayne, you haven't run a lot of races this year. Does that concern you? I mean, obviously you're not going to lose the edge, but does it concern you that these guys have been racing weekly and up on the things, and whereas maybe you've fallen behind?
Yeah, a little bit. It does. Everybody kind of knows what happened after the 250 and what we've been going through. But in the meantime of good days and bad days, we've built a new car, and that's kind of sucked up a lot of the time. And we've had it out a couple times to mess around with it, and some of the races that we have done have been just more of making sure that I'm back in the swing of things and the heat's not affecting me. So do I feel that we're behind a little bit? Probably so. There's been a lot of different things going on between the chassis builders and swapping front ends, and this team's running fast all of a sudden with this, and we're kind of just monitoring all of that. And I think as long as we stay focused on what we've always done and cross our T's and dot our I's, and get the right tires on that day, and don't outthink ourselves, I think we'll have definitely a piece that'll be there. And as long as everything unfolds the right way, then we should have a good shot.
You use the word "we" a lot in that. Talk about we,
yeah.
the team owner, the sponsors, the crew that put you in victory lane, but the group that's been together for a while.
Yeah, so it's, I say we, it's the key factors there are Bruce and Jimmy from E-Keys, and they're there. That's the core. Without Jimmy's help, Bruce couldn't fund it, and without Bruce's dedication, I wouldn't have a ride. So those are the three key factors, and then we have Kurt, Al, and a bunch of other guys that always pitch in here and there to come to the tracks, and always call upon them, and they show. So I can't thank all of those people enough, and Ford Racing for everything that they've done. And the start of the season, nobody knew where I was going to be, and there was no doubt in any one of our sponsors' minds. They all just re-upped. There wasn't a question. So I truly am indebted to them for that, and would like to make them proud.
No, that's good. Now, Reed, you made mentions in your last comments about it was your first kind of breakthrough into being in the forefront and people noticing who you are. So you came in that year as a relative unknown, the kid, Scott's Recreation, EJP. You had some recognizable sponsors, but you were an unknown, weren't a favorite. Nobody was talking about you. Well, this year, they're talking about you. How do you handle that different for you, being a young man and rolling into the biggest race that you're going to run this year?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Joey touched on earlier. I mean, it was kind of cool flying under the radar, just kind of doing the best you can, having a good night here and there. But it's not a bad thing, I guess, to have had that success. I mean, I'm not much for show or anything like that. Like he says, kind of cool just flying under the radar and having a good night. But it's, I mean, it definitely helps build confidence a little bit for the team and everybody, being known like that. But it's, I mean, we still got, it's a tough race. It's not anything like, I'd like to think that the four of us have a good shot at winning, but there's also probably 15 other cars that do. So it'll definitely be a tough one still.
No, absolutely. Now, Joey, we've had quite a few races up there this year. Do those races help you prepare for the 250, or is that just a totally different day in your mind?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, you can, the races that we've had, you can figure out what's going to work for you and what's going to last and things like that. But it's totally different because the pit stop aspect of it, you can change tires and different strategies and things like that. So it's kind of its own race, really. The races that you run before it just get you an idea on how you want to feel throughout the whole race. But strategy-wise, it's a whole different ball game.
Now, Alan, Joey mentioned the pit stop. You guys race 50, so the only time you pit stop is if you need to make a major adjustment or you're torn up. Do you feel like you're at a little bit of a disadvantage? Because these guys, they don't do it a lot, but they do it a couple times a year where they have to change tires and be in that environment, whereas you guys don't. Or do you feel like your guys are, they've been around it enough, some of them have raced with you in the Busch Series, so they have experience in doing the pit stops?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just to make sure that they don't overthink it and go too fast and make mistakes. Half the guys that are on my crew, they have done the K&N pit stops with me. The other half have not. So the biggest thing is give them a little practice this week in the shop, and we'll try to get them all gelled together to not make any mistakes. It's just we don't do pit stops on a weekly deal, and so we are at a little bit of a disadvantage. But I think they'll be all right. I mean, if we lose a couple spots in the pits, it's better than cross-threading the lug nut and giving yourself a bad day.
No, absolutely. We're going to take a break. We come back, we'll hear from Alan about who's got him back in winning races and his sponsors and his team behind him that's got him rolling in to the 250 next weekend as one of those guys everybody's talking about. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 feature divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Mainely Motorsports, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations, and online at scotchrecreation.com.
Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at wiscassetspeedway.com.
All right, Alan, talk about the team, TMR Racing, the people behind it, the people that are spending the money, the people working on it, that have got you back in a winning race car.
Yeah, first off, it's I got to thank Rick Lockwood for giving me the opportunity to drive his race car, and Tom Nason, he kind of takes care of a lot of things and makes sure, you know, we get the stuff that we need. And he has a pretty big role, and Brian is another guy that was part of that team that I came into. He does a little bit of the stuff that everybody else doesn't like doing, you know, on the race car, so cleaning or, you know, doing some of the fabrication or whatever. And then I got my guys that I brought over. My dad has been a long-time supporter and doing his deal. He's got a big job with the tires, and guy AJ, he's a mechanic on the car. And you know, it's when you take two different teams and gel them together, sometimes it doesn't work. And it seems like everybody has a great personality, that it's worked really well. And I think that has a lot to do with our success this year. You know, there's no tension in the shop. Everybody just kind of, it's not really like just working on the race car, you know. It's everybody getting together, and it's like a cookout. You know, we go, we have fun, we laugh, we joke, we work on the race car, we get stuff done. And, you know, I think that's what makes it fun.
You know, it's funny you say that, because any successful team, which all four of you are up there, I think every one of you would say the same. It's more like a fun-filled environment, and the racing is like a bonus, you know, and that's key.
No, definitely. Because I have been in situations where stuff didn't really work out, and it just, a lot of tension, and it didn't work. It just didn't work, you know, and we're very fortunate to have this to work the way it does. But the sponsors that help me out and make this go is Investment Properties. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. You know, my dad chips in, does his deal, and it's huge. AR Bodies, they step up and help us out with their program. And we got a couple sponsors coming on for the 250. Chip Service Center, Jason and Becky Webster. I got to give them a big thanks for what they do. And guy that's been behind me since K&N Racing, Morris St. Clair Excavation. So those guys have really helped us out.
No, absolutely. Now, Joey, there's been a lot of talk about pit strategy. You come into the race with a strategy and stick with it, or as you see others making changes or doing something, does that dictate what you do?
Yeah, I mean, we go into it with a strategy, but we probably don't usually end up sticking with it. We usually we go on the fly. You know, it all depends on when the cautions fly. Really, I mean, no one can predict when the caution's going to come out to where everyone's going to take tires. Usually, if it's at a normal time, you'll see pretty much everybody coming at the same time normally. But yeah, I mean, we have a certain lap in our mind of when, if we've gotten past that, then we'll probably be coming in. It's just when the caution comes, like if it comes out a little bit before that or whatever, that's when you really got to make a decision.
Now, how about you guys, Reed? Do you have a strategy to start the day, or do you take a wait-and-see attitude as the race unfolds?
We try to qualify, and then we just take it from there. We don't really go into it with any strategy. It's just all depends on how the cautions play out, and then we start chatting about it over the radio as far as, do we think we should go now or should we wait? And it's a crapshoot half the time. I mean, it's we lucked out a couple of years ago. I mean, Glenn were able to take tires at the same time, come up through it. The same time, just worked out good. We were on a little fresher rubber than some, and then there was caution and everything. So I don't know. It's a crapshoot as far as I'm concerned. It's hard to have a strategy, but it's we'll see how it unfolds.
Yeah. Now, Wayne, you win and act championships just like Joey was. You've turned all your focus to super late model racing. Was part of the reason that you did that was you, Bruce, and the team, how big this race was, and you wanted to win this race?
Yeah, this has definitely been a bucket list thing for me personally. I've been going to the 250 for years and have had no success up until the last 2 or 3 years. It was starting to run good. So, yeah, and the ACT stuff had kind of started to become not as fun as it was when we first entered. So it was time for a change. You can only do something for so long, and then you need to move on and push yourself to, you know, try to make yourself better. And we got to a spot where I felt You know, I know personally I was becoming stagnant. It's close enough. We'll be all right. And this was, I think, the better avenue for us because we've refocused everything, and now we're thinking totally different than what we used to. And I think it's better overall for the entire team.
Other than last year's win, what was your biggest, and whether it might not be the highlight, but the biggest memory of a 250? Could be sitting in the stands, could be behind the wheel. What was your biggest memory?
Two of my biggest memories was the year prior, because that's when we had stumbled upon something. Believe it or not, going to Beech Ridge, we had come to Oxford during the day and tested, and we're just mediocre. And Pastor was running at Beech Ridge that night, so we said, we'll just stop and setups are close enough. We'll run practice and we'll see how it goes. And we did practice, and we were just okay. And driving through the dirt, getting back to the trailer, I had gotten out of the car after they did tire attempts and everything, and I had just looked at the tires and was like, so put it in the trailer. And we went home and redid the car. And it was from that moment on where we started to pick up speed over at Oxford. And then that season, we had led laps at the 250, made some good money. Going back to talking about, the pitch strategy, we had no pitch strategy. Just wait and see how everything unfolds. And, if you ever would have listened to our radios, how do these guys ever want to race? Because, we're leading laps, and Bruce is like, do you want to pit? I said, no, I think we're good. Another caution comes out, you want to pit? No, I think we're good, because we're leading laps.
Yeah.
So, and then it comes, he's like, no, I think we should. I'm like, no, I think we're all right. And then someone comes on, no, you need to pit. So they forced our hand. But, so that was a good memory for us. We ended up finishing, I think, like 7th or 8th, but it was a great turnaround. It led up for things to come. But as growing up, the other memory was going and watching Ralph Nason win those 250s there and running in the 3rd and 4th groove, driving by guys 3 and 4 wide, and it was just an unbelievable thing to witness, and always wanted to be that guy someday. I don't know if we accomplished that by winning one of the 250s, but that was a big memory for me.
Well, before you want to be Ralph, you got to do what Travis, Bodine, and who was the other one? Eddie Mack did, and that's win 2 in a row. And obviously, you got great chances. But we're going to take a break. We come back. We'll talk to Reed Lanford about the guys behind the scenes that help him make that number 59 click on a weekly basis.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972, and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham, or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We're starting our end of season sale now. This is our biggest selection ever. Fifth wheels with savings up to $30,000. Big selection of toy haulers starting at only $19,999. 2018 SUV towable triple expandables starting at $19,699. Motorhomes, truck campers, and more. Financing available. Trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Legendary race car driver Bentley Warren is putting Arundel on the map. When Bentley's Saloon opened in 2004, it was just a little bar room on the side of the road. Today we have a giant saloon with live music, dancing, and great food and drink indoors and out. We're always looking to meet new friends and have a good old time. There's always something exciting going on at Bentley's. That's why we like to say, who has more fun than us? We do!
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a worn key. Where would you bring it? At what cost? And for how long? At eKeys for Cars, our experienced technicians will diagnose your problem and get you going quickly with a fixed price quote. Whenever and wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars comes to you with a new key or ignition repair. Just call eKeys for Cars, the fast, affordable mobile solution to your vehicle key and lock needs.
They raise the bar, eKeys for Cars.
Welcome back to Mainely Motorsports, and having a great time with these guys. All 4 of them very capable of winning this race, and all 4 of them have, except Wayne so far, won races this year. And Reed, You got a great team behind you, a great support system, and great sponsors. Talk about all them that give you the tools to succeed at this level.
Yeah, this is going to take a minute. I'm a pretty lucky kid to have so many people behind me. I mean, I'd like to really touch on the guys that put in a lot of the effort. I mean, my dad obviously kind of has, since day one, always been the one that's made it possible. On top of that, Jason Ricker is my crew chief, who kind of keeps the car and crew together, everything working and fast. I mean, Larry, my tire guy, I mean, tires are such a hard part of this. I think you guys all agree. It's just a ridiculous amount of work. Like, and so lucky to have a guy that's so dedicated to do that and who does a good job. I mean, you show up to a race like the 250. I mean, it's a lot of work to keep all those tires, all the stagger perfect and everything like that. And I mean, even weekly racing. So, like to have a good tire guy. Him and his son, Jason, called me. Are a huge help. And then Johnny, Jake's, he's another guy who helps me a lot. Rusty Poland helps out some. And then Tommy Ricker, Jason Ricker's dad, is pretty well known from a lot of you guys probably have heard that name over the years. He's just one of those guys, just the happiest, most positive guy. Keeps the spirits up on the team. He's been around Oxford his whole life, and we're really lucky to have him. Just a lot of people on the crew that put in a lot of time and effort. And I mean, a lot of those guys live like an hour away from the race shop. So we're talking every week they're driving up a long ways to work on the car, load it up, and help out. And just very lucky to have them. And obviously the people who really make it possible, the sponsors. I mean, like as you guys said, I mean, racing's obviously not cheap, and we couldn't do it without the financial support from all these guys. So, I mean, I really owe it to Scotch Recreation, our family business, who's always helped out. But Team EJP, the Prescotts, my whole racing career, they've been with us. So, very lucky to have their support. Very well known in the racing world, and trying to keep a good name out there for them, just because they've done a lot for a lot of drivers over the years. So, very lucky to have them behind me. Mission Trailers, a lot of people don't know, but that same company, Alcom, is the parent company to Mission, Snow Pro, Cargo Pro, Easy Hauler, High Country. A lot of those brands, their trailers are made right up in Winslow, Maine. It's this company that's kind of, I guess you could say, kind of grown with our family company. And it's pretty cool that they've been able to support me, because they now have like 40, almost 50% market share in the aluminum trailer market for all of North America. So definitely a pretty impressive company that's grown a lot, and we're still proud to be their number one dealer, and it's really good to have their support. It's a great company. They now have 3 plants and stuff like that, and can build some really quality trailers. Docks.com is another one. They build a really high quality dock, and they've Jill, they're up right across the border in Canada, and they've always been a great supporter of us. And then Olette Construction out of Brunswick. He's a great family business that they do. I mean, they'll do a lot of high-end construction. Like, they build car dealerships, and great people. Very lucky to have them behind us, and they do great work. And then a new sponsor that came on this year was BPS Roofing and General Contracting. Really lucky to have them come on board, and I know it was pretty cool. I was just talking to him this week, the owner. He's been coming to the 250 since he was like 10 years old, so this race means a lot to him, and really would like to put his name up front, so that'd be really good. And then just trying to run through here, make sure I didn't forget anybody, because pretty lucky. So we got Mission. I'm just trying to picture the car right now and everything on. Oh,
Who's
and then the one,
the trailer balls.
Yes, you're right. Fastway Trailer Products and Equalizer Sway Control Hitch. It's like the perfect sponsor for a race like the 250, because these guys, I mean, how many campers show up, and everybody needs a weight distribution hitch that doesn't have a massive size truck, hauler, camper, and these guys are the #1 weight distribution hitch company in my eyes, and they also make these sweet adjustable aluminum hitches for any of your trucks. So if any of you guys haul trailers, you need to buy a flash adjustable ball hitch. I gave one away on like a Facebook post this year, and I couldn't believe we got like 300 shares and able to give one away. It was wicked cool.
So you
we'll
guys
have
are all
to do that
set for your
again.
first ever infomercial.
So, I'm glad I forewarned you guys that was going to take a minute,
Yeah, no,
because it
it-
really does. It really is good to have that much support and a lot of really cool, good companies behind us, because they're the ones that make it possible. So, yeah.
There you go. So you need a trailer, you need construction, you need whatever you need. Reed's got it. So, no, but that's good. And like you always say, all your supporters, and they make it all possible. Now, Joey, we're there. We're fast. We're in the top 10 of the speed chart all day long. We go up and have the draw. We pull the last pill in the 6th heat, and it's loaded with heavy hitters.
So it's normal. You're talking about a normal day.
Yeah. How much does that change and affect your attitude as a racer?
Honestly, not much, because it's. I feel like that happens with me a lot, and that's kind of what I go in expecting to pull, to be honest. But I've yet to really have a good draw at all the 250s I've been to. I think the best I've started in a heat race is 6th, which wasn't bad. But you know, it's the luck of the draw. I mean, there's nothing else to it. I like that they keep the tradition. I like that we don't do time trials. It keeps the race, gives its own personality, you know. So it is what it is. You just go up there and hope that first pill you pick is a good one, and just stick with it. It's just got to go with it.
No, absolutely. Now, Alan, you won a heat race. Seemed like it was, I don't know, 2006 or 2007, or one of those years. You started 6th. You probably don't have a lot of memories for the race as far as on the success side of things, but what is your biggest memory when it comes to this race?
I would say the biggest memory is just the prestigious feel for the race. When the race weekend comes, everybody is at the gate signing in and stuff, and you know, when the gates open, everybody gets their cars out. It's just it kicks off the weekend, and you know, this weekend feels like none other. This is up in the Northeast. This is our Daytona 500. We get cars all over the country, and you know, luckily, the only one that comes from down south or out west or whatever, when they ever come, the only one that's been really a huge competitor is Kyle Busch, and I don't think I see him on the entry list, so I think we'll be all right. And but no, it's just a feel that the race gives you. It just has great history. I mean, you look at all the previous winners of it, and it's an amazing.
No, absolutely. We're going to take a break. We come back. Obviously, they all think they can win the race, but I want to hear them tell me, if they're not standing in victory lane at the end of the day, who are the top 3 in victory lane at the end of the day? So we'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs. Town Fair Tire, with 6 locations in Maine: Auburn, Augusta, Bangor, Biddeford, South Portland, and Topsom.
White Mountain Motorsports Park brings you door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel racing action each and every Saturday night, with 5 divisions competing each week between the kids' trucks, the dwarfs, and the strictly minis, the Tiger division, as well as the late model sportsmen. The racing is intense. You're sure to come away wanting more. Located on 463 Daniel Webster Highway in North Woodstock, New Hampshire, this quarter-mile High Bank Oval is a fan-friendly, family-oriented facility. For schedules and more information, go to the website. That's White Mountain Motorsports Park.
All right, Alan, let's hear it. obviously you want to be the guy holding the big trophy with all the laurels that go with winning the race. But we know there's going to be 30 to 40 guys capable of winning this race. If not you, who do you think are the top 3 at the end of the day?
Certainly anybody here is a pick to win, but outside these guys, I would say Travis Benjamin. He's going to be probably a favorite that runs well in those races. But I mean, yeah, these guys here. I mean, it'd be stupid not to pick these guys. I mean, Wayne won last year. You got the hottest kid right next to him, Reed. He's won a lot of races this year, and Joey. You know, with the Beech Ridge win, they got their program in the right direction. They've had a lot of bad luck. So outside these guys, I would say Travis. But, I mean, if I didn't pick these guys, I'd be stupid.
No, absolutely. Now, Joey, let's see if you can get it. Who, other than you, if you're not winning, who are 3 guys that you think that could be standing there at the end of the day with the laurels?
Well, I mean, I got to go with Allen. I mean, these guys here are as good as anybody. But Travis Benjamin, he's definitely a good pick. Glenn Luce is a good pick. I don't know, man. It's a tough one. I'm gonna have to go with. I think Wayne's got a good shot at it. If I'd have to pick one to win it.
All right, Reed. Obviously, well, here we're gonna run off the whole field for us, but right. But give me 3 guys that you think at the end of the day that could be winning this race.
Yeah, I mean, like they said, I mean, they've all, obviously these guys have a good shot sitting here. But, geez, it just seems like, because I'm battling them every darn week, Curtis Gary, that 7 car, is, I think, going to be a serious contender. He just seems like he's had some bad luck in a couple of these races before. But this year, I mean, he really has stepped it up on the past level. And he certainly stepped it up at Beech Ridge, and just seems like both of us going head to head to the front every week, and he's fast. I mean, he's definitely, I think, one of the better going cars right now, and I think that he'd be my pick. So.
All right, Wayne, you're the resident expert because you picked yourself last year and you won. So, right?
Can I pick myself 3 times?
Yeah.
No.
So,
if I had to pick, you know, obviously these guys right here, Alan, he's been up there running weekly, and he knows what it takes to get it done. And we've run together on Saturday nights 2 or 3 times already, and his car is pretty stout. Reed, because he's already won earlier in the season, and Joey, because I taught him. You know, really. But no, he's been running really, really good lately, and he's had some mechanical issues, and after the Beech Ridge show, that's just going to come over to Oxford. So I know they'll definitely be right in the hunt. But besides us, I would have to pick Travis, DJ. They've stumbled upon something on their flat track program that I witnessed at the 100 there, and I think he's going to be good in the long haul. And Benji. I think they've just turned the corner here, so I'm looking for them to be pretty stout.
Yeah, they've really turned their program around. And I've always said in this race that you got to lose one to win one. And perfect adage is Benji. In '96, he ran out of fuel with 2 to go. We talked about the Ralph Nason thing.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know he finished second to Ralph in 2 of those. So if Ralph isn't having that resurgent in his 60s,
Yep.
Benji would be a guy that's got 5 of these, But the guy that I think has come so close, and he's always under the radar, but he just never can seal the deal. And one of these years, it's just all going to fall together because it's going to fall apart on everybody else. And that's Joey Dwyron. So that's my pick. I picked him last year. He was fast, and I just think that Joey's due is one of these years. He's finished runner-up before, and he's had fast race cars. So that's my pick. We'll see how these guys do. We really appreciate all you guys coming and taking the time with us on Mainly Motorsports. We're going to take a break. We come back. We're going to have a special segment where we're going to go into the crowd, and we're going to ask their picks, who they think is going to win this 250 this year. And I hope you guys really enjoyed what these guys had to offer. And one of your favorites, if not one of these guys, wins this race. So thank you for Wayne, Reed, Joey, and Alan for joining us today.
Hi, I'm Andy Austin with exciting news about a new division of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway designed to bring new people to weekly racing. Here's series founder Dan Wolf.
Thanks, Andy. Our goal was to create cheap, easy-to-build race cars. Bone stock production cars with a simple 4-point roll cage and proper safety equipment.
We've named them the 21st Century Motors Street Devils. Our 2017 rulebook and schedule are available at beechridge.com and at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
The future of auto racing has always been street car divisions because of the low cost.
Some folks are building cars and sharing the driving duties. There's even an all-star car to allow celebrities to try out the Street Devil and a 2-seat driver's ed car so you can take a few laps.
Get information about our mentor program, low-cost safety equipment, roll cage kits, and videos on how to build one at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
So, form a team, build a car, and come join us this summer as we kick off the 21st Century Motors Street Devil division at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway.
If nostalgia drag racing is something that excites you, you need to check out Gassa Guy's Nostalgia Racing at Winterport Dragway in 2017. From the old school flags starting to the sleek-looking machines of yesterday, the Gassa Guy's Nostalgia Racing will be fun for all ages. Winterport Dragway has a nostalgia campout weekend once a month beginning in May running through October. Come see what racing was like 50 years ago. Go to winterportdragway.com for the 2017 schedule and other additional information.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainely Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
I'm Scott King. I think Reed Lampert's going to win the 250 because he's got the best crew chief, Jason Rickard, backing him up. Hopefully they can do it.
The winner of this year's auction 250 is going to be a young driver who's been fast everywhere he's raced this year. Your winner will be Garrett Hall.
I'm Sandy Haley, and I think Wayne Hallowell Jr. is going to win the Oxford 250 this year.
Wyatt Alexander. My prediction for the 2017 Scotch Recreation Oxford 250 is Curtis Gary from Beech Ridge.
My name's Tommy Tompkins. I race figure 8 at Oxford, and my prediction to win the 250 is going to be Glenn Luce.
My name is Jamie Varney, and the winner of the 250 will be Travis Benjamin.
Hi, I'm Ken Minot, announcer and promoter at Wiscasset Speedway, and my pick to win the Oxford 250 is Wayne Hallowell Jr.
Heather Coolidge, and I think Wayne Hallowell is going to win the 250.
Natalie Killinan and Reed Lampert.
Andy Santerre, my prediction for this year's 2017 Oxford 250 is Reed Lampert in the number 59 Scotch Recreation Chevy.
Hi, I'm Craig. This is my wife, Priscilla. And you can tell by our shirts that we're 59 Reed Lampert fans, and he's going to win.
David Whittier, and my pick for the 250 is going to be probably Ben Rowe.
Ron Farnsworth is going to win the Oxford 250.
Louis Anderson, my pick for 2017 Scotch Recreation 250 is Curtis Gary.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and I think I was here about 52 weeks ago in the same position with the same guy, winner of the Oxford 250.
Sounds pretty damn good, doesn't it?
Does it still sound good?
It still sounds good.
Is it getting old?
It's not getting old.
Yeah, got to thank, you know, my whole family, and like I said, friends, family, and the whole crew worked hard this weekend, and you know, everybody that watches on a weekly basis, and hopefully we'll talk here in a couple months. So
Hey,
a month or so.
A month or so, yeah, but every July we're making this a habit, so that's not a bad thing,
Yeah,
right?
let's mark our calendars again.
All right, mark a calendar. 52 weeks. We'll have Austin back on the show, but congratulations on your runner-up finish.
Thank you.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and Glenn Luce, man, we just won the Oxford 250.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I know you can't even put into words yet.
I can't. It hasn't even sunk in yet. Like I told you walking over, it's like you've dreamt about this, and I just woke up and it was just a dream. I had to go back to sleep. Yeah.
So congratulations,
Thank you
Glenn
very much.
Luce, the 2015 winner of the AIM Oxford 250. AIM Recycle. I mean, now, is it sunk in?
It hasn't sunk in yet.
All right.
I'm gonna go have a beer.
Go have a beer.
Thank you.
Hey. And you win a T-shirt. All right. Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you.
Well, I got to say, this is quite a special honor to be sitting here with Kyle Busch, the guy that cost me so much money so many years ago. But I'll tell you, we got some great memories up here at Oxford. Almost got me killed at Star Speedway, but also almost got you killed by Billy Penfold.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
that's right.
you know, it's so great to come here.
We've come a long ways.
Yeah, our relationships come around.
Yeah.
I was sitting here, right? Where's Billy when we need him? But what a great job this weekend. You came, you did, you conquered. I mean, you did what you set out to do. So for you and your whole team, Bon, Chris, Seth, TJ, congratulations, and we thank you here at Mainly Motorsports for taking the time with us.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it. And it was, can't say enough about all those guys. They did a great job. So everybody at Kyle Busch Motorsports deserves this one.
All right, Kyle, thank you.
You got it, man. Good to see you, bud.
All right, take care. Well, here we are with the runner-up finisher, the bridesmaid once again. Will you ever be the bride?
Today it doesn't look like it. Maybe someday if you don't give up.
Yeah, and, you know, and
so today it all went our way, and the customer won, and we had a good day. So.
Well, I mean, my hat's off to Distance Racing Products, and you've worked hard to make it what it is today. And today, here at the TD Bank 250, it showed with a win for Joey Pohl, and then a runner-up finish for you, Jeff. So congratulations from all of us at Mainly Motorsports, and big things ahead.
Oh yeah.
All right, there you go. There's your runner-up, Jeff Taylor, the bridesmaid once again, but he's not giving up. He'll be back next year to try again.
I'm taking your time. It's making me nervous, yeah. One step at a time, don't be living on the line. I don't need a friend, I got more than on my mind. Sunshine in my brain, making everyone complain. Radio in my heart, don't be being so strange. Think I'm losing it, baby, where have you been? Everybody says that you're moving again. I don't wanna be right, baby, every single night. I can tell you a thing about taking your time.